What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. I've been hinting at it for a couple of weeks in my Rant Sports pieces, but I hadn't come out and said it about the Minnesota Wild, Mike Yo. I think it's time for change. I'm not a guy that advocates firing coaches for the sake of firing coaches. I mean, I think too often you've got to it falls on the players, and I don't think there's any exception here. But at the same time, you can't be dropping games like they have. I think they've won 2 out of the last 13 games. That's not acceptable when you have the kind of talent that they do. When you have a Ryan Suter and a Zach Parise, a Thomas Vanek, guys like that. I know the goaltending situation's been abysmal. There's guys like Vanek and Charlie Coyle that I think should be producing more than they are. I'll be the first to say that. Don't accuse me of being a homer just because Coyle rocks power play with CJ. I'm not afraid to say he's got to be better. So does Vanek. Guys like that. They need more production throughout their lineup. I mean, the numbers they're putting up as a team are unacceptable. I just think you look at the year Nino Niederreiter had last year. He's having a good year this year. Jason Zucker's playing well. But I mean, 7 goals out of Thomas Vanek. When you through 41 games, you have a combined total of 11 goals from Vanek and Charlie Coyle. Two right wings. It's like, what now? And the scoring isn't there. The defense has been less than stellar. You have 3 guys in double digits in goals: Zucker, Parise, and El Nino. That's pathetic. Again, the players got to step up. You can throw under the bus. I'm kind of doing that now, but it's time for change. I just think Kemper's been less than stellar. Backstrom's been atrocious, and John Curry hasn't been great. Now, what's the next step? Who do they kick the tires on? I don't know. That's therein lies the problem. What's the be all end all for the goaltending situation? I don't have a definitive answer. I can tell you for the coaching staff, I would name Dan Biles that team's head coach tomorrow. That's I just think he'd be the best fit for it. I think Bilesma should be coaching the NHL. You guys know my feelings about him as a coach and him as a hockey mind. I think he's one of the best minds for the game out there. And I just think, again, I met him a couple weeks ago. Great guy. He deserves to be coaching. He shouldn't be broadcasting World Junior games. He should be behind the bench of an NHL team. And I think Minnesota was one of those teams. When you look at when he took over in Pittsburgh, they were in a tailspin themselves. In that 2008-2009 season. Took over, they won the Stanley Cup. Am I saying this is a similar team? No, because all due respect to Zach Parise and guys like that, they don't have Sidney Crosby and Kenny Malkin. That kind of offsets a lot of teams' weaknesses. And as bad as Flowers been in his course of his career, he was he come up aces in the playoffs. Some big time stops. So it's like, well, I'd take Fleury over this Minnesota coaching staff, this Minnesota you know goaltending tandem, or, anyone else. Looking at the coaching staff in Minnesota, Daryl Sador and Andrew Burnett, two former, guys I've actually seen play in person. So that's Rick Wilson's an assistant coach. I mean, I'd go from outside. I'd take Bilesma. I think he'd again be the best fit. If Guy Boucher wanted to come back, or Kevin Dineen even, I think they'd be good fits as well. But I mean, Bilesma's the best name on the market, and I don't know why. Any of the teams that have fired their coaches at this time haven't done so. But as much as I agree, I think Roenick came out and said tonight that it's time to fire Yo. I don't disagree with that notion, but that's not going to be the be all end all. The players got to step up. You're not getting paid money to produce as poorly as you have, especially Vanek. I mean, I thought Vanek was going to be amazing for this team. You take a good team, make it even better. But that's been the downfall of the team. Is it just the forwards and defensemen? No. The goaltending's been atrocious. The general management staff has to step up and start making some moves to improve their defense, to improve their goaltending, excuse me. But, the defense could use some help. The forwards aren't producing, and the goaltending's been awful. That right there is a recipe for disaster. And as much as, I'm kind of putting on, something got to get done. And, that's probably the first domino to fall. But, we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's our episode of the Power Play with CJ on Is It Time to Fire Mike Yo? Stay tuned for episodes for the season and beyond. Later, guys.